Are you worried that Russian interference could cost you the election?
I am clear that Russia interfered in the election of President of the United States in 2016, and I do believe that there will be foreign interference in the 2020 election, and that Russia will be at the front of the line.
Could it cost you the White House?
Theoretically, of course. Yes. Listen, let me just tell you something. We have to be a realist, and I'm a realist about it. Joe's a realist about it.
The election hasn't even taken place yet, and its legitimacy being questioned. Let's bring in Dan Bongino, Fox News contributor, former Secret Service agent, former NYPD officer. Dan, if I give you that clip from Kamala Harris and I combine it, I put it side by side with the Washington Post story this past week where it game planned all the potential election results, and every one of them, except for a Joe Biden-Kamala Harris win, ended up in chaos. What is your reaction?
I mean, guys, this is really crazy, right? What's the essence of a functioning constitutional republic, a representative democracy, right? What's the one thing? Peaceful transition of power, correct? I mean, there's obviously there are a lot of things that make our country great, but that's the one thing you need to have a functioning republic. You lose an election, you hand over the keys to the White House. Thanks for the hard-fought election. Have a nice day. You get on, Marine One, you fly off and you wave. I cannot believe that we are legitimately going through an election in the United States of America where the Democrats, the opposing party, are basically telling America, we're not going to transition at all. Listen, I'm not trying to, get on Fox's airwaves and scare anyone. That's not what I'm in the business of. I'm just asking everyone out there to have a little bit of a heightened sense of concern, if you know what I mean, at the Democrats' own words. I mean, they're going back to the Russian conspiracy theory again. And then, of course, you had warnings from, what was it, a CNN commentator that Trump's not going to leave. He's going to put sandbags around the White House. And then the most troubling one of all, Will, Hillary Clinton saying, Joe Biden, don't concede the election no matter what. Will, notice what she didn't say. She didn't say, listen, if it's close, hold out for a few days. I get it. Everybody understands that. We want to know legitimately. That's not what she said. She said, don't concede the election no matter what. And nobody seems to care. You have the opposing party saying, no, we're not going to say we lost, even if we lost. I mean, this is scary stuff.
Dan, I'd say I found a lot of this very scary as well. But, they talked about Russia for, the last, 3.5 years. How much more worried are you about interference from big tech versus Russia or even China?
I'm terrified. I mean, Facebook and Twitter, they're actually, there's so many different things they're doing, too. It's not just one thing. From the censoring of Donald Trump's posts suggesting they're doing some kind of fact check, and then they do the manipulated media thing as well. And yet when Joe Biden's campaign and Democrats do the same thing, they don't get the same label. Then you have Facebook, which has happened to my page a lot. So-called, I use the air quotes here, fact-checking my page, which is absurd. They only fact check it because on any given day we're a top 10 Facebook page in the country, and they fact check my page. They fact check quotes, Rachel. We've quoted, literally quoted Nancy Pelosi, and they fact check the quote, say that's not an accurate quote. It's a quote. I don't think they know what quotation marks means. I'm really worried about it. They got their fingers in this, and I think there's going to be a big backlash. People are totally ignoring them right now.
Dan, I got to ask you about a different topic. Now, Sunday morning, CBS Sunday Morning fired their trumpet fanfare with their son illustration and went to a hard-hitting interview with Peter Strzok, former FBI agent who's got a book coming out that says, despite the IG finding 17 errors in the FICE applications, that it was really because of, well, here, let him tell you directly. Listen.
I don't think at all that it's anything improper. You get people who are overworked, who make mistakes, and don't get me wrong, inexcusable mistakes.
But yet he's now trying to sort of rewrite it. What do you make of this? What's your reaction? And do you think this is still a part of the Durham investigation?
See, Griff, you're a reporter in this, so facts matter, right? This is absurd, him suggesting these were simple mistakes. Absurd based on facts. I'll just give you two of them, easy ones, ground balls, showing you this was malfeasance, right, not misfeasance. The FBI lawyer in the case, who is now pled guilty, to manipulating evidence, right? He was tasked with one job. You know that meme on the internet? You had one job. They gave him one job, Griff. They said, go to the CIA and find out Carter Page, the guy we want to spy on for dealing with the Russians. Find out that he wasn't a source for the CIA, because then those Russian contacts would be legitimate. Work on behalf of the U.S. government. He goes there. The CIA says he's not he was a source, and the FBI lawyer changes the document to say, no, he wasn't a source for the CIA, to make his contacts look nefarious. What kind of a moron do you have to be he was a source and make it he was not a source? Of course that's misdemeanor, but one more. That's malfeasance there. The primary source, Strzok's team, they interviewed the source for Christopher Steele for all of these allegations used to spy on Trump in January of 2017. The source told them, guys, this is all garbage, and they went and renewed the FISA 3 more times on the same information. Did they not hear him? Were they too stupid to figure it out? Did they have a lack of reading comprehension?
Right.
Come on, Griff, these are smart people.
So,
these are not
Dan,
mistakes.
Dan, we're almost out of time. Durham investigation. Do we see something related to Strzok or others in Crossfire Hurricane before November 3rd?
You know, Griff, there's nothing I'd like to tell you more than absolutely everybody's going to go to jail, but I just don't know. Sadly, I've lost a lot of faith in this. I mean, Kleinsmith, could potentially be the only one who does any jail time at all. I hope not. I know Durham's probably doing a great job, but these guys may have covered their tracks really well, and it honestly brings a tear to my eye what's happening to this country if they were allowed to get away with this potentially.
The through line
Well,
through all these.
if Joe Biden wins, those tracks are going to be covered entirely.
Oh, forget
once
it.
that'll,
Yeah. You'll never see those bodies. No way. No chance.
Ever.
The through line through all these stories is a continued questioning of the legitimacy of our democracy. Dan Bongino, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dan. Happy Labor Day.